aspects of violence in this way that can be connected to reality. In this way, I don't think the physical violence is as makes it a remarkable appearance as much as it does in other versions. It does impact the story quite a lot, but I don't think the physical violence is as described as it could be. However, it does play an important role in the play because the violence determines there's physical violence in the actions that every character takes at least once. And I think that can be connected to our society because the violence is originated by the actions and the laws dictated by the government, and that usually happens. That's what happens in our society with manifestations and with protests. There aren't many peaceful protests, and the authority always ends up using the force, just like the guards did the first time they caught Antifa. So that's one of the main connections we can make regarding the violence in this way.
Well, as we know, Creon is the king of the city, and we can see that his role is a very important one. So what do you think about it?
I think that Creon's role in this play is really important, and it's a very changing character. Because at first you see him as the king that makes the law, and that's like a really, really strong feature of authority. But then, when he realizes that the person who disobeyed his rules was Antigon, his son's fiance, he tries. You see his posture soften a bit because you see him try to help her and try really, really, really hard to make her change her mind. So that's when you see that this figure of authority isn't as strong as it was. And I think this can really be connected to our reality, to the historical context in which this play was written. This play was written in 1944 in France, and then this time there was the Nazi occupation of France. So I think the government can be really represented, that context can be really found within the play, because the figure of authority the author wants to depict isn't the same, doesn't portray a really, really strong government and a really trustworthy government. I think that the fact that the figure of Creon varies so much, it does have to do with the historical context. And I think that can really be seen nowadays too, because you see that with conflicts of interest, the government changes its mind regarding some punishments. If the person to be punished is close to the government, then the government obviously isn't going to punish them as hard as they should, or as hard as they could. So I think that's a really strong connection, because the figure of Creon is a really flexible authority.
Because they're criticizing the government.
Exactly. Because that's what I think that's what I'm really trying to portray. That's a really connection with his historical background, and it's a situation that still exists nowadays in many, many parts of the world, one of them being Mexico.
Well, can you see how since Antigone from Sophocles and Antigone from Anna Will, the context and the meaning of these plays is completely transformed?
I think that was something really remarkable. The fact that in Anna's plays, the characters all seem to have a background. They all have feelings, they all show emotions, they have a family,
they have like physical reference, like they show how they are.
They really show they're made more human. And I think that really relates to the war that was being fought in Annual's context, because that humanizes people and that humanizes the characters. And like the strong tradition of Greek tragedy where everything has to be perfect and the government was really strong and the government was almost unquestionable, and the interests of the people always had to do with the interests of the government, and the government fought for the interests of the people, which is something that changed throughout time, and that wasn't really something really present in many societies by the time Annual was played, and even less in our times.
So, due to Antigone's actions of burning her brother's body, some people may see her as a traitor, but in the end she's seen as a hero. Why do you think that is?
I think that due to Creon's definition of power, and also because his actions are softened by Antigone, he starts to see the society changing, and the society starts seeing Antigone as a hero because she defies power, and I think that's the main reason, and the main context connection between French, the French Revolution and also in the story because they try to defy the authority.
Actually, that's really interesting because Antigone's character represents the rebellion in Vichy France, which was the context on your region. And Creon's mission represents certain French peasants of Vichy France. So that's really, really an interesting connection to the context in World War II. Because Antigone was a hero or a heroine after all her actions and after portraying and proving her causes. And I think something really interesting is the concept of a hero with feelings and a hero with a cause, and that cause not being the people. Because that's something that changes from several ways to Anna, and in Anna's play we can really see the fact that Antigone has many feelings and she has regrets and she has doubts. So that's a really interesting concept.
Yes, and even though she wants to die in the beginning, when she's about to die, she's like uneasy about it because she doesn't really feel like dying.
But what she really wants is to in her position, so she doesn't let the authority and the laws bend her.
And also, her actions mean like transcendence because she wants to transcend, obviously,
She wants to understand and that's the thing.
and create a change.
She doesn't let her actions falter due to her circumstances of the situation. She doesn't let her posture falter or be softened, even when she doubts, even when she isn't certain if she wants to die or not. She wants to be herself, she wants to find herself, and she wants to make a hero of herself. Well, she wants to make something transcendent out of herself.
Exactly, and well, there are some words that we may not find people with meaning, so please tell us about it.
I think I'll start with Antigone's personality, and I found a word about it that is solemn. Solemn means serious, earnest, and sincere. Edict, Oedipus edict, Creon's edict, I'm sorry. Uh, we see it all along the story when he dictates. Edict is any proclamation or command given by an authority. Quarrel, all the play is like they are fighting, so it is an angry dispute or an argument. Wretchedness is a very fortunate, worthy, or pity because of suffering or misery. And that's it.
Well, thank you very much. And now about the conclusions and about the part of the passages that were very important in the play.